That looks...
Hello everybody, been a little bit. We're in motion finishing Deus's truck. It's a very big deal. The Challenger that is wrapped up right over there, just going to be going over to the bay, and you'll see that a little later on in this video. Just been very busy trying to process the truck out. It was Saturday. Hank and I, we just hammered down getting the tailgate on the truck, making sure it was all lined up, had to pull the doors off this truck for the third time so we can put the door gaskets in. Just can't get in the tight end of it when you close the door. So we got the doors closed on the truck up on the lift. Doing good. We're assembling it. I have a to-do list that's down here anyway on my table. So slowly getting through it all. It's a good thing. And then while we're at it, we're just like painting all the little nuts and bolts and pieces out for the Challenger, small things for the Deus's truck as well. So we're getting there. All right, I'm going to show you what we got going on.
What we're going to do, we'll make it look more like a Ford hanger. What they do is come out and wrap the pipe a little bit is what we're going to end up doing with this. I'll take the torches in the end here and I'll wrap it back down around here, and we'll use that as our tail hanger to get her up and out of the way. It'll be up just about like that. And what I'll do is take the pipe off and everything, and once I heat it all up, I'll just bend it right to the shape of the pipe. Put a couple little, maybe 1-inch welds on it, and that's it. She's done.
Good.
We'll do the same thing over here. We got to turn this one around. And get them both looking the same.
Okay.
And then it looks like...
Look a little more professional, I guess.
Look like the Pontiac Ford guy did it.
Okay.
I just had littler fingers. It's all just a matter of...
Yeah.
Looking at it 10 times, coming up with an idea, and start to work the idea out.
Yeah.
And then you start to bolt her in. All right, let's get this one apart and let's start on it.
So we're on a mad dash to finish this Ford right now. It's turning out pretty damn good. Again, the to-do list is getting checked off. So we're going to be just making sure everything's good. That's even before we even put it through its paces on the street, running it, make sure the kickdown works properly. Everything else, make sure we get no leaks as much as we can, make sure the alignment's good. Yeah, we got a lot to do still, but we're getting there. All right, guys. All right, we're in the booth. It's going to be pretty much the last time I'm going to see this place open for a while. We're going to put another car in here, and we're going to have to work around it. The place is cleaned up a little bit. It's a lot brighter to work. We're going to try not to trash it too much. We basically have a lot of body work done, like the GTO is actually bodywork. We just need to final a couple panels, make sure they're good, and that goes to paint. The Challenger, same thing. We just got to make sure that hood lines up on the Challenger really well. I don't like the way it lines up. It's an aftermarket hood, and you know what happens with aftermarket hoods this late of the game in the stage of where you're going to paint. So, and then I got the rear valance to do on that Challenger, and then that car is ready for final block out, panel paint, and out. So that's going to be a fun deal going next on in here and then out of here. Following up will be the GTO. So we're counting down the list here, and I'm slowly but surely checking everything off on this truck. Trying to get this truck back home, and we have a little bit of a delay in updates, and it's because I've just been by myself. I've been solo for about a month and a half now, and a lot of the guys that come and go in the shop here, they have personal things they want to get done, plus one on vacation. So for me, I'm just trying to get this list done. Now this is going to be interesting here. I want to show you guys something that's eating me alive in this business, and it's getting worse by the day, and I cannot stop it. I've had some freak stuff happen, and this is just, you can't make this stuff up, guys. I'm just going to show you real quick. Enough of me rambling here. You can't make this shit up. All right, guys, so I'm back at the end of the truck here, and I want to show you something. I have 4 1157 bulbs here, okay? And they're all out of the same batch, a name brand, and there's nothing different from either one of these. They're all the same, okay? And I had trouble with this side, but I have a lot of paint on it, so it's no big deal. I knew I had a ground circuit issue, but all my others are perfect. That side's okay, no big deal. But I noticed something when I was having this ground issue, that something threw me off here. Because I was like, okay, maybe I had a bad bulb, so I switched the bulb out. So I'm gonna put this bulb aside. And I'm like, wait a minute, now I got a tail light element rather than the brake light element activated, and that doesn't make sense. Hey, I bench tested these, I installed the reverse lights in them, I did the 9 yards on these things. These were tested. I should just plug and play them and be done. I know I had a ground issue. It was just nothing, no big deal. We got a lot of paint. So I checked it again. Okay, yeah, same thing. So, okay, I get it. All right, one more time. Okay, let me get rid of these. So out of that batch, when I was wiring this, I'm like, I know I'm not losing my ability to do stuff and repair things and restore things. So I'm like, I worked off the new bulb that was out of the same package. Yeah. So if the owner ever has a problem with this, right, and he puts another bulb in, it's gonna have to be flipped now. I'm gonna fix it. Okay guys, we got the debacle taken care of. That bulb doesn't exist anymore, and we replaced it with another like kind, but it was made correctly. So what I did was I went in there and flipped the wires around, was able to put them back in, and then dielectric grease, make sure the spring didn't touch any of the 2 contacts that are buried in the socket. We're good. Verified this one, and then I wanted to fix the ground because we have so much paint on the vehicle and everything. It's not nice to rip paint off, so between the bolt, we clean the bolt up and everything, and what it does is when you use like this, wheel bearing grease, just wheel bearing grease, nothing special. It actually conducts electricity, so it helps create a good ground, so it also keeps anything from in there from corroding in the future. So just wanted to share with you, that's what I did there, and it tightened it up, and it was good anyway, so it's just minor. But in the electrical connectors, like in the sockets, the pigtail sockets, and in where you put the bulb, this is what we use. Put that in everything, that way you avoid a corrosion. Capillary corrosion is really terrible on a vehicle, and you don't want any resistance changes in there, and that's why you get one light brighter than another, and we don't want that here. So anyway, this is really nice, it's done. I would like to show you around on the rest of the truck. All right, guys. There's the bed floor. That is done. There's screws, 3 screws up under there. That's tied to the bed. That's done. The threshold is complete. Now we're going to raise the bed floor up a little bit here. We're going to put 2 shims under these, and then I'm going to lock these down, these socket heads down, and then I'll be able to tighten up underneath the bed and these corners here, and then this is done. This is all torqued to spec, real nice, not overkilled. If you over tighten this, you'll draw those bolts in and you'll bend the bodywork, so you can't do that. You just put them in snug, and then down here made a step piece, and then I fabricated that piece because the bed is kind of custom, so we did something unique with it. But yeah, looks good. Okay, let me get this off the brake pedal here. And that's my, I used to use this in the old days for wheel alignment. You push on the brake there so you can turn the wheel left and right and get your comp, so. All right. And we bled the brakes today. We got our .5 in there. The air cleaner's been repainted. We got the overflow made and done. So that goes down to the overflow there. That's pretty good. Power steering hoses, I'm gonna visit them. They're not made here in the great old USA. They're kind of knockoffs. I gotta verify that the fittings are not gonna leak, and then we'll be okay. I gotta set the timing on the engine, vacuum it down on the compressor, and charge the AC. It's already in a vacuum state. Going hot. You're good, bro.
Oh, sorry.
You're good, bro.
Got it.
Try not to step on the running boards, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're all fresh. That rotated. Okay. So I'm going to get our data, see what the controller's doing, get that handled next, see how everything's going. But we're charging good. We got 80 psi oil pressure right now, and we got a little bit of heat going through the engine. So yeah, she's coming up. So we're going to start checking all the fluids. But yeah, she's alive. Brake pedal sucks because we're only running an 8-inch dual diaphragm with an engine that's pulling maybe 11 on the idle right now. I need to get it up a little bit higher. What we did with the previous one is we actually put a vacuum electric pump on it, and it just let it do the vacuum on that side. I'm hoping I don't have to do it on this one, but I got a feeling that's where we're going to end up going. What are you thinking, Hank?
I like it.
Yeah. It's louder than yours, I think.
I think it's quieter.
Really?
Yeah.
In the cab? I don't think so.
Out here.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So we can lock the panhard bar,
Okay.
because I think we're good, because the drive shaft is not going to do anything, especially with it unloaded. Even if it was loaded, it wouldn't matter. Because the interesting thing about this truck is the engine, transmission are true, but the rear axle's over here. And the way the frame is boxed internally down low, the drive shaft sits a little bit off. So having that little bit off here, you run tighter onto the frame rail, and with the panhard, you're trying to center the tires up under the wheel wells. Yeah. One of those things. Hank's going to open up the gas tank. That's how we're going to fill it on this. And all this is actually clear coated. Excuse me, not base coat. Clear coated. Same clear as the bed.
The high dollar stuff.
Yeah, the high dollar stuff. My God, what is not? Hank's tightening up the panhard.
There, Mark.
Okay. So, let's see if I can get you in view here. There's the fuel filter, and the return's up at the top. And these fittings here, they weren't sealing against the stainless steel to the billet aluminum, so we put some savers in there, which are really nice. You can get them from Holly, which is Earl's Fittings anyway, ironically, and you just put them in there and snug them down. They're not even cranked. They're just snugged nice, just like one of those. And we're good. And I wrote this down because I get brain dead, so supply and return. And it goes into the cell. That's the Holly cell. The exhaust system we made, MagnaFlow, 2.5, X'd. And then over here, these are trans lines, and then they go through here into the cooler, so we don't have any problems with the AOD overheating. We don't want a heat issue with our AOD. Yeah. It's a pretty truck. You can see the batteries right here. We didn't relocate the battery, left it as where it was 1953. However, we made a new cradle where it protects the battery, and it's concealed really well. Everything, all our harnesses are secured really nice. Same thing when you look up into here, all the harnesses are secured. There's the steering linkage, and you can see with the big finger, you can see exactly where I put the tape, my paint line. The reason why I put the paint line there is to make sure I Coutesied it, so in other words, everything has got been checked, and you can see how that clears the exhaust really nice and goes up into the steering column itself. And that's not a bad angle, guys. That's not a bad angle. We did that on Hanks, and it works really, really well. The only thing we're worried about with this truck is these engine mounts. Yeah, they're pretty solid, and they vibrate the truck pretty good. She's got a pretty good rumble to her, I'll tell you that. She's got a mean sound. All right, everyone, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for checking in. Try to get some more videos soon. Problem is, I've been kind of solo. Hank's with me. Thank goodness. Took a couple days here and there for me to get caught up on stuff. It's nice to tag team a couple things. Second set of eyes, but not for Coutesy. Hank, thank you, buddy. That's the man. Okay, everyone. I just wanted to give you some highlights of what's going on here in this little tiny shop we call Classic Car Creations. Some good stuff coming up. We have Paul's GTO. It's been a while since we did any updates on that. That car is ready to go in the paint booth. But before we do that, we got to get the convertible top on, and it's ready to go. There's not much more to do except interior work, some light engine work. That's where that one's at. Plus the Plymouth. Finally, we're going to get our act together on that one and start putting the content up on the Hemi project. It's staged. We just got to figure out a transmission, and I want to show you some updates with what we're doing in the shell. Challenger's going to paint, so that's a good thing. All right, with that said, thanks again for tuning in, checking us out. I got some stuff coming up for you, so we'll blast it out here on YouTube land. Thanks again, everyone. See you soon. Bye. Ooh-wee. On Doyce's 53 Ford. Everyone, will see you very soon in the next video. Thanks again so much. We'll see you soon. We'll see you, and we'll see you again, and yeah, a lot of see you. Till then, we're gonna see you all, and then we'll see. We're not gonna see anybody. Can't see you. I can't see you. You can only see me. Can't really rarely interact. It's a problem. All right. Well, hopefully these cars ain't more problems. All right.